Yo, new Bald Man video out. Let's see what's going on.
You ever wondered why content creators remain neutral?
Um, well, to me, they remain neutral because by disagreeing with the least amount of people, you get the most potential for an audience. I think that's kind of just like common business. The less people you alienate, the more people you have as potential customers. But let's see what he has to say about it.
And before anybody explains, or before anybody thinks that I'm talking about Mr. Pokey here, I'm not just talking about Mr. Pokey here.
Genuinely.
Okay, I'm talking about there's so many fence sitters in this community. It's ridiculous. And
True.
if you want me to explain to you why they do it, let me tell you how this goes.
All right.
Okay. There's tons of fence sitters who refuse to weigh in on anything, no matter what. Now there are some people, because full disclosure, Mr. Pokey lies and says he's neutral, but he's not. Okay, he's just fucking not. Okay, I mean,
People lie on the internet? No, nobody would ever do that.
there's actually people who are truly quote unquote neutral, who won't weigh in on anything whatsoever, and the only thing that they do is say, I love everything so much. Wow.
It is kind of cringe though, because like it's so easy to see through if you have above room temp IQ, and after a while it's just like, do you really like it, or are you just like lying? It gets so boring so fast. Like people who can't form an opinion, it's just like, how have you gotten through life at all? Like how have you made it to adulthood without having a single opinion anywhere? It's just, I don't understand how people do it.
And then when they finally do eventually weigh in on something, like one every 10,000 takes, they have a panic attack, and then the comments go, things are serious when this person weighs in.
That's so fucking cringe as well when people go, it's serious when this person weighs in. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, it's so dumb, I can't even begin to fathom a rebuttal to it. It's like, just shut the fuck up. Stop talking out your ass. Everyone knows it.
Okay, so let me go and explain why they do this. There was a great learning experience. I don't know when this video is going to be posted, but there was a great learning experience with the recent Twitter drama involving ramen. Okay? Now, what was the Twitter drama? Okay?
She's fucking lesbian, you creep!
The Twitter drama was people saying that Robin is for the lesbians only.
Yep.
And then I fucked with them, as I normally do. I love fucking with people who are just being inherently stupid and damaging to the community, who have their own views on this character is for me and me only because I'm lonely in real life and I have no one. Now, let me explain to you why other people don't join in on the fun with fucking with dumb fucks. Now, they are two options. One, they genuinely don't care. That never happens, okay? That never happens. Okay, I promise you there are people, and I'm gonna blow your mind, right? I'm gonna blow your mind. There are actually people here on this earth who are afraid of what Twitter thinks of them. And unfortunately, that's quite a lot of people.
Yeah, why do you think Twitter isn't a thing in China anymore? Winnie the Pooh wasn't very happy that people said he looked like that.
There are people who read hate threads and think, oh my God, this really is gonna ruin my whole day. Oh my God.
Yeah, I've known people who are in high school, someone makes a mean comment about them on Twitter, and then they go into school the next day, they sit at the lunch table, and they cry to their friends because they're like, why can't people just be nice to me? Meanwhile, they're femboy baiting when in their entire life they shit on those kinds of people, and then they go and become the one thing they quote-unquote swore to destroy, and then people make fun of them. And then when people make fun of them, then they get all their knickers in a twist about it. So
look at what all these 12-year-old dumb fucks think about me on Twitter. I'm gonna immersion break real quick. Twitter are not real people. So
I wish that were the case. Unfortunately, I have met some of them. Some of them are. Well, maybe that's just a small minority, but unfortunately, I have met people where their entire existence revolves around wake up, open Twitter, shit, get out of bed, and then post on Twitter for the rest of the day. And, like, that's their entire life. So, unfortunately, these people do exist. It's only probably just like a handful.
Sorry to ruin your immersion. They're not real people. They've never been real people. But now I'm going to explain to you the real reality. Staying neutral, staying overly positive is the best case scenario for maximum analytics.
Yes,
and I'm going
exactly.
to explain to you now even more why people who say I do drama for views don't know what they're talking about, because me doing drama directly negatively affects my channel in the long term. And by the way, I've been here for a long damn time.
So, at least from gut feeling, my initial reaction is that's true. I mean, maybe Techie's a special case, but that's, like, at least from what I've seen from him, initially the drama was negative because people basically left because they were like, well, I disagree. But over time, people have come back, and it seems like he's growing bigger than ever because now all of the bullshit that he's been through has been sort of unvilified, or it's been sort of debunked. People are now kind of quote unquote seeing the light, and they're going, oh, I was manipulated, or oh, I was lied to, he was right all along, maybe I'll give him a second chance. But to be honest, I don't think that happens with everybody. So, I don't know. But definitely, like, initially back in like 2021 and all of that, it was definitely negative for his channel and his numbers.
Thankfully, what I do it better than anybody else, so I'm still good to go. Now, let me explain.
That is also a factor, the fact that he actually makes watchable content, unlike some people where they just get on Twitch, they pick Mint for 8 hours, and it's just chatting impact.
Explain to you the best way to get the most viewers on your channel on YouTube and the most friends in real life. No matter what you say you are, ready for this?
A Mint picker.
A bisexual, or you say that you're a demisexual, okay? This will ensure you the most viewers. Now,
okay, I want to see where he's going with this, because I'm not 100% on board with this. But I'll let him cook.
Demisexual is the most beneficial thing for you to say to get the most viewers. Let me tell you why. You are going to unlock, in case you don't know what a demisexual is, let me go ahead and show you this real quick. Demisexual. So what a demisexual means is, what does demisexual mean? Demisexuality is a sexual orientation. People who identify as demisexual only feel sexual attraction to someone after they've formed a strong emotional bond with them. Compared to the general population, most people who are demisexual rarely feel sexual attraction. But what this means is, it doesn't matter if you're ugly, it doesn't matter if you're hot, it doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter if you're a boy, girl, dog, or frog, does not fucking matter. This means, in the viewer's head, if they get this streamer to like you, they might date you. And
yeah, that is definitely a possibility. I don't think that's the majority. I think the reason why a lot of people choose to, I won't say necessarily lie, because some of them may actually be, I don't know, bi or demisexual, but some people who maybe aren't may choose to enhance the truth, let's say, probably do it because they feel like they'll miss out on a part of an audience of a community if they just say what they are. But if they say they're bi, they can capitalize on lesbians, gays, straights, people who are bi or pan. So, like, just saying that, it doesn't alienate anyone. Now, there are people who will do that for the parasocial reason, but I think generally they know that there are some people, most of them that post on Twitter a lot, they will not watch someone purely for the fact that they are straight, and they're going to capitalize on that by saying, well, I'm not straight then, I'm bi, or I'm not straight, I'm demi. And then they go, the dumb fucks then go, oh, they're one of the good ones, they're not one of those straights. It's some of the most retarded shit I've ever seen, but it works. They wouldn't do it if it didn't work.
This is going to invite as many parasocial viewers as possible who actually think that they have a chance with the streamer. So this is why the majority of VTubers, and this is why the majority of creators say that they're bisexual, say that they're demi, because they want their viewers to think they have a chance with them. They want their viewers to worship them.
That is a small factor, but I don't think it's the
and fall in
majority. It's a
love with
very,
them. That
very
way they
small
watch
number of
them
their
forever.
audience.
I'm gonna do an immersion break here, guys. I'm so goddamn straight, it's ridiculous.
Cat.
If you're a dude, I don't want to fuck you unless you're an anime character and your name is Astolfo. Okay?
Unless your name is Mtashed.
So I just want to let you know, in case you're wondering why there's so many people that say that, it's not because they actually are. They want you to watch them forever because you think that you have a chance with them. That's why there's so much gay baiting in the Genshin community. And there's gay baiting in a lot of communities where people pretend to be gay. That way they capitalize on a female audience and a male audience. And plus, oh my God, it's so cool to be gay these days.
Yeah, that is true, unfortunately.
At least that's what Twitter thinks. There's nothing wrong with it. But the problem is when people...
No, absolutely. There's nothing wrong with it. But it's extremely disingenuous to bait and pretend to be something that you're not.
Attempt to be it underneath false pretenses to capitalize on a certain audience rather than them just being proud of who they are. That's when I have
It's exactly what I just said, yeah.
an issue with it. I'm not a fan of that shit whatsoever. Now, let's continue even more. 100% wrong. Okay. Hold up. Before I continue, 100% wrong.
07.
Tell me how I'm wrong. No, I meant... No, you meant what? Let him think. Oh, I said
okay,
gay is
never
fine.
mind,
No,
he's alright.
obviously being gay is fine. Now,
Yeah,
let
obviously.
me continue even more.
Yeah, and I don't like the fact that when you bring attention to people who pretend to be something they're not, they go, well, what's wrong with being gay then? It's like, people are not saying it's wrong to be gay. We're saying it's wrong when people pretend to be something that they're not in order to gain an advantage. It's like, you wouldn't like someone pretending to be black if they're not. People really don't like that. They don't. I mean, just look at like Eminem in the 90s. People said that people said, "Oh, you're just trying to be black because you talk with an accent and you wear like a do-rag and sag your pants and whatnot." It's like people generally don't like that. But for some reason, it can't get in the thick skulls of these fucking brain-rotted twats.
Or so. Why do content creators remain neutral? Why do content creators remain overly positive about everything in every regard? Why do content creators not weigh in and villainize those who do? Are you ready for this?
So I think another point that he doesn't really... Well, he hasn't brought up as of yet. I'll wait to see if he does. But I also believe that because some of these content creators spend so much time on Twitter and they take Twitter as gospel and they think that everything starts, ends, and dies on Twitter, is that they've become part of the brain rot, and they also genuinely do not have the mental capacity to form their own opinion anymore. And so they just want to take what the majority of Twitter thinks, and that's their opinion. Yes, it's good for business, but I also think that they've got lost in the source so much, they've forgotten who they were before, and they've lost the ability to form their own opinion about anything. Which I think is kind of sad when you think about it, like, from an outside perspective. But if you're going to choose to live like that as a grown-ass adult, fuck them.
This is why it happens. Because it's low skill cap. And that's how
Yeah, that's also kind of what I was saying. It doesn't take much effort to have your own opinion. It is so much easier to just listen to someone else and have their opinion.
it goes. They are choosing content creation on the easiest difficulty possible. And what they want to do is they want to cruise by and they want to do this. When they see an issue, ready for this? Robin's a lesbian. Shut the fuck up, she's an anime character.
But
The moment that you choose a side, you know what happens? Viewership goes away. And now you're only here. Okay? And now you have all these ones, right? Where you say, okay, right? Now you have these guys who are all aboard they're just an anime character train. You already lost all the people who wanted Robin to be a lesbian. They're gone.
Okay.
New chance. Okay? Now you have the Robin is an anime character, guys, and they're right here, right? And now there's a new option. Genshin Impact good, Genshin Impact bad. Genshin Impact bad. Chosen. All the Genshin Impact good guys, they're gone. And now all of your audience has to agree with Robin's an anime character and Genshin's bad because you just alienated two other options.
so, generally speaking, yes, that is true. I think a thing people don't really talk about enough as well is that you can have an opinion and still have an audience who doesn't generally agree with it. He's forgetting a whole third section of people here where they agree with the majority of what you say, but they can disagree on some things. But because you're either entertaining or you can back up your opinion with like sound logic, then they'll listen to it. Like, there's nothing stopping people from watching someone who they can disagree with some of the time. Now, if you disagree with someone all of the time, of course you're going to stop watching them because it's just going to make you mad watching them. But I don't think it's 100% factual to say that if you have one opinion, every single person who has the opposite opinion is going to leave. Like, I can speak from personal experience. Personally, I don't see much wrong with furries, but Asman and Techie hate furries. Does that mean I'm going to stop watching them? No, because I agree with most of what the other things they say are, and also, it doesn't really fucking matter. Like, it's why it annoys me, why it's now become a thing, I guess, or it's more common now than it was, where in relationships, as soon as someone has an issue with one thing, they leave. Instead of talking about an issue or a disagreement, instead of sitting down and like talking about it like fucking adults, they're like, "Oh, you disagree with me? I'm leaving." Or like, there's a friend group. Two people in the friend group vote different parties in an election. All of a sudden, they're sworn enemies when they've been friends for 12 years. Why is this happening? Why have we lost the ability to have nuance? Why have we lost the ability to just agree to disagree with people? Most opinions don't fucking matter. It genuinely annoys me. It genuinely annoys me that people can't look past some things. Because not everything is the be-all and end-all.
What this is going to do is every single time that you make a choice, right? Every single time that you make a choice, your audience is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until you're only left with the people who understand basic human logic.
So yeah, this kind of reminds me of the multiverse theory. Like, it's a very similar explanation. So it's like every choice that you make, say if you pick one option, that then creates a separate universe where you create the other option. So it's like what chain of options you pick is the audience you're going to garner. Now, like I said, generally speaking, this is mostly true. Like, but what I think a lot of people miss out on, like I said, is you could still have people in your audience that disagree with you some of the time, but as long as they agree with you the majority of the time, they probably will stick around, especially if you're also entertaining and just generally are able to back up your opinions with sound logic. That's also the reason why most like Genshin and HSR creators that are less intelligent, let's just say, they choose to have the same opinion as Twitter, because if they do want to form their own opinion, they're also not smart enough to back it up in a way that can convince people, or they may have it in their head that they can't convince people because they fear the angry mob too much. They fear the numbers of people that disagree with them rather than standing by what they actually believe.
With the people who understand basic human logic. That is the reason why content creators are horrified of making takes. That's why content creators choose the overly positive, never weigh in on anything strat. It's purely business, right? It's purely business. So I'm hoping that makes sense when I explain it that way. But when you're wondering why there's a parade of people who refuse to weigh in on anything and just say they like everything, it's because analytically, that is the best decision to do. However, I don't want to live my life being a fucking robot, so I'm okay with alienating my audience. I don't want people that like children in my audience. I don't.
That is also a factor. You weed out the people that you don't want. You weed out the freaks.
Want people who force canon sexualities on anime characters. I don't want people in my chat who think that Genshin Impact characters and Honkai Star Rail characters are real fucking characters and real people. I don't need that. I don't.
What I think Techie has done, I also think what Asmon's done to an extent, probably not as much, is it weeds out the extremists, and then it leaves you with the people that are kind of in the middle, who may have a slight opinion one way or the other, but they can generally stay in the middle in terms of they don't have extreme opinions. They're not necessarily fence sitters, but they stay in the middle and they can understand someone else's opinion and they can just agree to disagree. But yeah, definitely weeding out people like fascists and homophobes, but also weeding out people who think that anime characters are real people, or they think they are an anime character. That is the benefit of doing this.
Don't want to be embarrassed by the community that I've garnered. I like being happy with the community that I have.
Yeah, you don't want to have a community of mint pickers.
I just wanted to put that in words, why they choose to do it, and they might backpedal and just say, no, we don't like drama. If you think standing up for what you believe in and correcting an injustice on a platform is considered drama, you're a bitch.
Oh wow, this is definitely the comment of all time. I don't like having an opinion because I don't. Oh, what was it they said?
An injustice, like why they choose to do it, and they might backpedal and just say, no, we don't like drama. If you think standing up for what you believe in and correcting an injustice on a platform is considered drama, you're a bitch.
Wow, if correcting an injustice is drama, then I guess the next time I see someone getting mugged or assaulted, I won't call the cops or try and help that person because I don't want drama. That is certainly the take of all time. If standing up for what you believe in is drama, boy, I would have hated to see what they would have thought when MLK did his I Have a Dream speech. If standing up for what you believe in and correcting an injustice is drama, it's a miracle these people have gotten through life at all. Just from that take alone, you can tell these people were definitely bullied in high school. And they, you know, I'm not even going to go down that train of thought because I can't be bothered. These people don't deserve the time of day in my headspace. I've got more important things to think about.
Hopefully that makes sense. And if you disagree, feel free to let me know. I would love to see your response, but my chat was wondering why there seems to be so many creators who refuse to weigh in on anything and always push out this mindless positivity, and why there's so many people who like to gaybait and pretend they're bisexual when they're just not. Hope that makes sense. Anyways, guys, we need to bring bullying back because there's too many goddamn furries on the platform. See you on the next one. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And I'll see y'all real soon. Bye-bye.
I do think bullying needs to make a slight comeback. I mean, it never really went away in the first place. Good video, by the way. It definitely does cover most of the topic. It goes further than just scratching the surface, but I don't think it covers... I don't think it goes very deep, but it goes deep enough. I think I was able to fill in... Well, I filled in my opinion where I thought it didn't go deep enough. But yeah, I definitely think that bullying needs to make some sort of a comeback. I mean, for those who maybe didn't see it, there were kids in America who spent their school time outside of school protesting because there were kids coming into school as furries. And that's just absolutely wild. Now, I know someone who would make the argument, well, isn't it normal for kids to pretend they're an animal at some point in their life, like maybe 6, 7, 8, 9 years old? Like, they would have argued, well, when I was that age, I thought I was an animal. And that does happen. But I don't think that's normal. I definitely think that's kind of exclusive for kids with mental illness. Now, I'm diagnosed with autism. I did believe at one point, for like maybe a day, that I was, what did I think I was? Probably like a lion or something, because I thought lions were cool. And I was lucky that I had parents with above room temp IQ, and they went, no, you're a fucking human being. Stop pretending to be a lion. It's weird. And I went, okay. But nowadays, kids do it. Their parents probably don't tell them to stop, or if they do tell them to stop, they look at their parents, they go, this is what I identify as, and then their parents cave in, and they don't have the backbone to say, no, you're a fucking human being, stop being weird. And then they cave, and then they let them do it. Parenting has, since the 90s and the early 2000s, I think parenting is the #1 reason why there are so many people without the ability to critically think, without the ability to form their own opinion, and the reason why a lot of people pretend to be something that they're not for attention. Because they wouldn't be looking for attention if they got it from the people that are supposed to love and care about them. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, this was a good video. I enjoyed it, so yeah. If you thought this was a good video, make sure you subscribe and like the video, and I shall see you guys next time.